Hello everyone. Let's review the topic of anger. How it affects you. Anger or hot temper, or some people may call it madness, doesn't really need to be explained because everyone experiences it once in a while. Though some people seem to be in that state of mind more often than other people. Uncontrolled anger has done a lot of harm to people. Who among us has not been affected by anger, even in our immediate families, even between siblings? A good strategy is to know when to walk away quietly and avoid or let go of our ego, because most of us are not humble enough to let someone else have their way. But because in the interest of peace, you may have to swallow your pride. Keep quiet and let the stubborn person have their way, even if you're right or in your own mind you think you're right. Now, if we try to define anger, we can say that anger is a very powerful emotion. Uncontrolled anger may cause increased anxiety, will rise your high blood pressure high, and will make you have a headache, and even make people get into a fight or abuse. Anger management strategies include regular exercise and also learning how to relax. You need to learn how to relax in order to avoid having the anger explode to a certain level that is very inappropriate. Anger is a very powerful emotion, like I've said before. If it isn't handled appropriately, it may have very destructive results for both you and your loved ones or friends. Uncontrolled anger can lead to arguments, can make people get into physical fights or abuse, or even to make you harm yourself. On the other hand, well-managed anger can be a useful emotion to motivate someone or motivate yourself to make some positive changes. There is the physical effect of anger. Anger triggers the body's fight or flight response. Other emotions that can trigger this response include fear, excitement, and anxiety. There's a lot of bad effects of anger to yourself. You yourself who cannot control your anger, it will cause a lot of bad effects to your own health. The constant flood of stress chemicals and associated metabolic changes that accompany the current unmanaged anger can eventually cause harm to many different systems of your body. Some of the short and long-term health problems that have been linked to unmanaged anger include headache, very often and frequently, having digestive problems, and abdominal pain, making you lose sleep. You have insomnia that you cannot sleep at night because you're angry. You have increased anxiety. You're not relaxed. And you tend to get into depression more often than a lot of people. Anger will also raise your blood pressure high. And if you already have have blood pressure problem and you cannot control your anger, you are actually killing yourself. Anger will also trigger a heart attack or even a stroke. Unhelpful ways to deal with anger. Many people express their anger in inappropriate and very harmful ways, which include anger explosion. Some people have very little control over their anger and tend to explode in rage. Raging anger may lead to physical abuse or violence. A person who doesn't control their anger can isolate themselves from family and friends. Some people who fly into rage have low self-esteem and use their anger as a way to manipulate other people and feel powerful. Anger repression. Some people consider that anger is an inappropriate or bad emotion and choose to suppress it. They know that what they are going through is a bad thing, so they intentionally try to suppress it. However, if you keep suppressing your anger, it will often turn into depression and anxiety. Some people vent their bottled anger at innocent parties, such as even children or animals. Expressing anger in healthy ways suggestions on how you can express your anger in healthy ways. If you feel out of control, you can just walk away from the situation temporarily until you cool down. Recognize and accept the emotion as normal and part of life. Try to pinpoint the exact reason why you feel angry. Once you have identified the problem, consider coming up with different strategies on how to correct the situation. Do something physical, such as going for a run or playing sports. For a long-term management of anger, you need to keep a diary of your anger outbursts to try and understand how and why you get mad. Consider some kind of assertiveness training or learning about techniques of conflict resolution. Learn some relaxation techniques such as meditation or yoga. And it would be a good idea for you to see a counselor or psychologist if you still feel angry about events that occur in your past. Make regular exercise a habit. You all know that people who are stressed out are more likely to experience anger. So regular exercise will help you to release your stress, which will ultimately help you avoid getting unnecessarily angry. Studies have shown that regular exercise helps to improve your mood and reduce your stress level. Expressing anger appropriately is a learned behavior. You cannot just do it. You have to learn how to do it. Suggestions on helping your child to deal with strong feelings include: you have to lead by example. Lead by example. Let the child know that anger is natural and should be expressed, but it should be expressed appropriately. Teach practical problem-solving skills. Encourage open and honest communication in the home. Allow your child to express their anger appropriately. Explain the difference between aggression and anger. Punish aggression or violence, but not appropriately expressed anger. Teach your child different ways of expressing their anger, how to calm down, and how to soothe themselves. Things to remember. The long-term physical effect of uncontrolled anger includes increased anxiety, high blood pressure, and headache. Anger is a very positive and useful emotion if it is expressed appropriately. Long-term strategies for anger management include regular physical exercise, learning relaxation techniques, and getting some counseling. This is the information that you need to know about, because anger if not handled appropriately, will result to a lot of bad effects. This is a very common information, but it is very, very important and critical, and has resulted in a lot of bad things happening because people do not know how to control and manage their anger. I hope this information will help you or help someone else that you know of. Good luck.